What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker. Predictions. This is the official breakdown and prediction of Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker. So like we always do during these predictions, let's bring over the tale of the tape, okay? The tale of the tape, we have Deontay Wilder with 43 wins as opposed to Joseph Parker's 33. 2 losses for Deontay Wilder. A lot of people think that should be 3 based on the first Fury fight, but he had 2 losses compared to Joseph Parker's 3 losses, okay? 41 big wins by KO for Deontay Wilder with the one-handed hand cannon, okay? 23 KOs for Joseph Parker. 1 draw for Deontay Wilder, which is the first Tyson Fury fight. No draws for Joseph Parker. Total bouts, 46 bouts for Deontay Wilder compared to 36 bouts from Joseph Parker, okay? 89% knockout percentage to Deontay Wilder, 64% knockout percentage of Joseph Parker. 6'7" in height for Deontay Wilder, 6'4" for Joseph Parker. 84-inch reach for Wilder, which is massive compared to the 76-inch reach for Joseph Parker. So that's a big difference. Orthodox, both guys are orthodox. Deontay Wilder hailing from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, USA, and Joseph Parker, South Auckland, New Zealand. October 22nd, 1985 from Deontay Wilder, and January 9th for Joseph Parker, 1992. Okay. And I look at these guys and I look at a fight with Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. First of all, let's just put it all out on the table. Wilder and Joseph Parker have been in some wars, okay? Joseph Parker just recently, this time last year, he was in a hell of a fight with Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce outworked him, beat him down. He fought valiantly to overcome, but he could not crack the Juggernaut, and the Juggernaut pretty much beat him down, wore him out, and knocked him out, okay? Now for Deontay Wilder, over 2 years now, was in the fight of his life against Tyson Fury. 11th rounds of excitement. I think there were 3 to 4 knockdowns in that fight. I know definitely 3. Okay, 1 in the 3rd, another one in the 10th and the 11th. He showed heart, but he showed that he took a lot of punishment. Okay, now both guys I feel were overweight. I think Joseph Parker is not as big as he was when he fought Joe Joyce, and I know definitely Deontay Wilder is not the same size he was when he fought Tyson the Gypsy King Fury in the 3rd fight. Okay. And so the question is, I think who lands the best punches, the biggest punches, I think will definitely take an effect on each fighter, because Joseph Parker, even though he's a 64-inch or 64 percentage knockout, I think he can still crack. Okay. I think he has the power to hurt a lot of guys, and we haven't been tested by Deontay Wilder yet, if he can even take a punch. So we can never rule that out. However, I think the most damaged lately is Joseph Parker. But mentally, where is Wilder? We don't know. So hopefully we will get that answer. Because if he can't take Joseph Parker's punch, he better be hoping to knock him out like he does other people, where he pretty much, is spared from that type of adversity, okay? Wilder hasn't fought since last year, okay? He hasn't fought since last year. But to be fair, a lot of people, including Andy Lee, states that, Joseph Parker has a good chance, a better chance, simply because he has the activity on his side. Well, 3 fights compared to 1, or none, really, because Wilder hasn't fought any time this year, messing around and playing with Andy Ruiz, right? And I must say, I would give it 2, okay, and really 1. And you're like, well, what do you mean? Well, he knocked out Simon Keane in the 3rd round, okay, in October. Then he knocked out Faiga Apelu in 1 round in January. In May. Excuse me. And Jack Massey, he went the distance, and that was 10 rounds. So really 10, so basically 14 rounds. So he has 14 rounds of activity over Deontay Wilder. And I'm talking about this year. Overall, he still has more because Wilder doesn't have any. But it's not as bad as what people think. Okay, he went the distance with Jack Massey. He knocked out Faiga Apelu in the 1st round, and Simon Keane he knocked out in the 3rd, his last performance. I think that was when he fought under the undercard of Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. So yes, the activity is on his side. But what's the significance of this fight? I think Joseph Parker, is a fast fighter. He was once looked at as the quickest fighter or heavyweight that we had on the landscape. He can box. But the keys of victory for him is to get in the inside and to stay in the inside. Anywhere out of range from him punching Wilder, Wilder can punch him. I mean, it's like being out in an open field with a person and you got a machine gun and the other person has a sniper rifle. That's how it is when Joseph Parker's out there, because he won't be in range to land his own shots to do any damage. But Wilder can do damage from afar. Look at the 84-inch reach compared to 76. That's a big jump. Wilder can reach out and touch you, and I think he's going to need space. And if you look how Wilder's moving, and you look at his footwork, and you look at the jab, that little sneaky jab that he's working on to the body, that soloplex jab, kind of like that Floyd piercing you jab, that's a real vital weapon, because jab upstairs, jab downstairs, either way, the jab is creating distance between himself and Joseph Parker. And see, with the referee, a lot of people argued that like Parker couldn't work on the inside with Joshua, and I think that was unfortunate. But it just shows you how vital and how important, or how much of an impact referees can make on a fight. So in this fight, if he's not allowed to get on the inside, to work the body, to try to break Wilder down, especially in the clinch. If you got a guy like Kenny Bayless that's jumped in, and every time, he sees 2 people clinch, he's jumping in, like he's jumping in front of a fucking car or something, he's not going to have much luck doing that, because he's going to break every time they get in the clinch. It's none of that Richard Steele old school fight your way out type of business. No, that fight to get out. No, no. I haven't seen anyone that's allowed to do that in a long time. Tony Weeks sometimes does it, but he's on the new shit list simply because of what he did against Rolly Romero and the 40-year-old. I think he was from Venezuela. Okay, so, that's a factor. But with Wilder, though, is he easy to outbox? Yeah, he's easy to outbox. I mean, that's no big deal. Wilder is dangerous, okay? But he's not perfect. Does Joseph Parker have a chance? Yes, he has a chance. The chance that he has is staying close to Wilder, cutting off the ring. But here's the deal. Trying not to follow a puncher like Wilder. Don't follow him around. Cut him off. Don't follow. Because the minute he starts to follow, Wilder can set up traps of his own. Okay, look, he's going to move right into that right hand. There you go. And Parker will be, again, set in a position where he gets hit, where he can't counter. He won't be in any position to, because Wilder can reach out and touch him. Okay, so Wilder has the height advantage, he has the reach advantage, and he definitely has the power advantage. So Joseph Parker is going to have to use his legs. I think he has to come in a lot smaller. I hope that's his plan, because if he comes in heavy, he's doomed. He's doomed from the start. Why? Because this is not Joe Joyce. This is not a person that you feel that you need to add weight to, but at expense of slowing you down. Okay? Because that could happen. That's exactly what happened to a lot of people that started gaining weight, including Deontay Wilder, in part 2 and part 3 of the Tyson Fury sagas. He came in too big. And if Parker can come in smaller, ready to move, ready to work angles, ready to box, ready to make him miss with that right hand and make him pay, he has a good chance. But based on the fact of the height and the reach and the punching power of Deontay Wilder, it's hard for me to go against Wilder in a situation where, first of all, Joe Joyce has been stopped for the first time last year. He has the most recent damage than Wilder. Wilder's damage has been 2 years ago, but it hasn't been tested. So it's still a big question mark on that sucker. However, I don't see Joseph Parker withstanding the type of punching power from Wilder at that distance, because if he catches you at the end of his shots, he'll get you. I don't see Joseph Parker fighting a perfect fight like that. I see at some point Wilder opening up, seeing where he is, using that jab as a blinder, just throwing it out there, and then launching that right hand directly to its target. And that target, unfortunately, is the face, jaw, head, ears, nose, temples of Joseph Parker. And I see him stopping Joseph Parker. Now, will it be 1 or 2 rounds? I hope not. But will it eventually happen? I think so. I think it'll eventually happen where either Joseph Parker, let's say Joseph Parker hurts Wilder. That might be the worst thing you could ever do. It was the worst thing for Ortiz. Ortiz hurt Wilder, and Ortiz, in their first fight, began to slack off because he thought, this kid can't box. He might have dropped me in the 5th, but I definitely hurt him in the 7th. I had him on Bambi legs walking back to his corner, and I got him. No, you don't got him, because he still had a puncher's chance, and he still believes in his power. And I think Wilder, when anything and everything fails, throw the right hand. Now, is Wilder better? I think he's swifter. I think he's a lot faster. And because of that, I think he will be more able to avoid attacks from Joseph Parker, but that's still at a distance. I don't see Wilder getting any better with a close to mid-range fighter. I just don't see that at 6'4", and he's 6'8" or 7. I don't see that at all. As soon as Joseph Parker gets on the inside and he's able to work the body, and he's able to work behind the jab, avoid the right hand, and commits, attacking the body and head of Wilder. And you know how Wilder is. Wilder's not too much of a clincher. I think they might have worked on it. I believe so. I think Malik Scott's done that. I think he's definitely worked with Wilder with smothering attacks from other opponents. Okay? He would be a fool if he didn't. You know what I mean? Because if anything, I think Wilder is a guy that is definitely predictable. But the prediction, being predictable, knowing he has the right hand, that's sometimes the most difficult. You know a guy can hit you, and you know where he's going to hit you, and you know what he's going to hit you with. The only question is where. So I have Wilder knocking out Joseph Parker, okay? I have him knocking out Joseph Parker in about 8 rounds. And that's after when he finds out how good Joseph really is. Because Joseph, I think, at the beginning, he will be disciplined. I think Joseph Parker will have some success. And I think because of him having the success, I think that's going to knock out the discipline. I think that's going to hinder the discipline because of the success. Because if he finds out he hits Wilder and Wilder buckles, then we will know, okay, whoa, Wilder, may not be as durable as we thought he is based on the damage that he took against Tyson Fury, fight 2 and fight 3. And Robert Alenius, again, never touched him, so you can't be surprised on that either. But I do think that Joseph Parker will get at some point chin checked by Deontay Wilder, and if he's able to withstand those shots, the question is, how many? But I think both guys have a puncher's chance because, again, like I said, I think they're both damaged to a certain degree. How big of a degree, we don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!